Podcast time, baby.
Podcast episode number 16, The Cost of the Review. Back before the internet and major search engines dominated, divided, or distracted our lifestyles, our word meant a lot. As the saying goes, our word is our bond. If you told someone you would do something, you shook on it. Like swearing on the Bible in court because the fear and repercussions of deceiving people could be catastrophic to your socio-economic lifestyle, your business, and even your reputation. Fast forward to today, where movies are reviewed and tanked, secret endings are reviewed and discussed weeks before the general public has access to see them. Inflated Amazon review items to boost a knockoff PS4 Ouya Chinese PlayStation console clone, and yes, that is a thing, to even services that you can purchase to even boost your numbers. So with fake eyelashes, spray paint for hair, fake height, inside unnecessary psychological short complexes, why not? In this day and age, customers, employees, and just the human race at large research companies, products, services, plans, and policies more than ever. This episode will actually reference content back from the episode number 5 entitled Questionable Policy. I definitely recommend to take a listen, as it is a great episode with a killer Metal Gear Solid Easter egg, if I do say so myself, but I digress. To sum it up, I want to touch on readings and how dramatically they can affect your business, good or bad. Now, with monster conglomerate companies popping up every couple of years or rebranding their name or image to get rid of that bad PR, there's gonna be a slew of people who want you to think about your community first when purchasing. It keeps money local, they say. It benefits the general public to have local small business options. I don't agree with this. You should put your money towards the products, the services, the people, or the goods that do the best business by you and by others. Have people shopped at a local shop recently? Should vitamins cost you $22 when you can get them easily for $10 on Amazon? Are they open at strange hours? Do they treat you terribly? With reviews on websites, search engines, and products like Google Maps, it gives the flexibility of control, a bit small level of control, back to the voice of the customer and the consumer. Seen the video where a McDonald's employee gets slapped by a customer and then proceeds to beat them with a lead pipe? Yep. Seen the videos on people calling the cops on customers peeing and not paying because of skin tone? How about people finding out those unwanted yoga mat ingredients making it into their Subway food? I heard that. Listen, knowledge is power, and with the ability to leave reviews on many platforms of choice, it gives customers and patrons the freedom to invite others to have a great experience like theirs, or just to steer clear completely of this nightmare of an establishment. So today I give you a concrete example of how to gain back your handshake, your value, and your word in a worldview that shows that it's okay to be morally gray. Up until this point, I didn't really use names for the sole purpose of forwarding the conversation rather than reputation, and it didn't work. So today and from now on, we're going to try something new. So the first focus case we want to review brings us to Mesa, Arizona, with a little-known company called Nationwide Surplus, or as they're now known as Revive IT. Around May of 2017, someone I knew needed a dependable desktop computer, and I wanted to give them a hand and set them up. Had some pretty decent luck with the HP Elite Series computers, so I picked up a 8200 ultra slim desktop model. And for those of you who aren't really the most tech-savvy individuals, it's just a very small but very capable computer for someone who needs to conduct business, watch videos, edit some photos, bookkeeping, things like that. It's very capable. It's also very energy efficient, being as small as it is, so perfect. I buy it. I get a monitor, new hard drive, memory, the works. System dies 2 weeks into using it. So I test and I check what I can, and it turns out from HP support site the motherboard is prone to failure in these. Well, I didn't really know that. That sucks. So I contact Nationwide, and with some headache they swap it out for a replacement, and you guessed it, about a month later, the same thing. Apparently the motherboards just don't hold up on these things. And it's really obvious when you start having the fans start kicking up like a jet engine and they're ready to take off. Anyway, fast forward to January 2018 of this year, where I've gone back and forth with the company, who has now again become Revive IT. After some headache with the volley of emails, I call them up. I talk to Zune, like the Microsoft Music thing. He doesn't know what I'm talking about, he doesn't have my device on file, my RMA, nothing. So literally I ask at this point for one of two options. Either accept the return back on this device and send out an 8300, a model that I myself use, or just send an RMA label, do a refund, and be done with it. I'm figuring it's very reasonable given the situation. Spencer is who I'm put on hold for, or Spencer Taylor. Apparently he's a manager there, and he refuses to get on the phone with me. Don't know why, and he refuses to also do an exchange. Just a service call where I ship it back at my expense. Negative. You don't have the customer pay for something that was defective in the first place and not properly tested. It's not going to happen. I mean, listen, the thing didn't go to serve time at Vietnam, it sat on a desk plugged into an expensive surge protector. Spencer avoided getting on the phone at all costs, I don't know why. So I open a chargeback with my credit card company and I detail the circumstances. The credit card rep didn't really do their job properly and it was written as if the item was never received, so obviously they closed the case right away. After some back and forth, they insist that I attempt to get in contact with Revive to accept a return, and they will credit the account for the shipping cost. With 2 dead 8200s at this point, I'm not really looking for a third. That's really the only option Revive was giving me. So the sad part was I put my word out there to the person who I bought this for that, hey, I told them this was reliable. You'll be alright, I'll take care of you, and this machine will do what you need it to do, and now I just look like an idiot. So I've had this computer sitting in my living room for about 6 months, like a tombstone as it sat there. I couldn't throw it away in hopes it would work, and I didn't feel like chucking it out the window and having it land on a duck and giving it a concussion. So I left feedback on my experience. Honest, perceptive, detailed feedback. I didn't go on a rant, I didn't curse anybody out, just my overall negative experience and just how poor it was. Nobody, again, wants to have a poor experience. Keep that one in mind. They want to show up, they want to get the item they saw in the ad, they want to get the ice cream flavor they see on the side of the building, or in this case, they want the computer that they needed to work on to actually work. I just didn't want someone else to have to go through what I went through in this circumstance. So I made my peace with this tumor of a situation and I just carried on. So 3 days later to the day, I start getting phone calls. I start getting emails. They're from Revive IT. I get updates on platforms that I left feedback on about how much they want to reach out and make things right. You know what the funny thing is about it? It's the same guy who I couldn't get on the phone earlier this year, Spencer Taylor. Now they see the error of their ways. Now they want to do an exchange. Now they want to help me. I generally laughed, just one of those that you wipe tears from your eyes and you maybe even pee a little. What replaced that feeling, though, shortly enough was a sickening slump in my stomach as to why I was receiving this contact. The fact of the matter is that they didn't like the 1-star review and were only reaching out because of it. No, that's not how this works, I said out loud. That's what was lacking, the customer service aspect of this whole situation. That's why I reached out. I gave ample opportunity to work out options. Hey, let's salvage this relationship here. I do not want to do business with you again, but you've already taken my money already, so let's try to work out this transaction. Or don't and refund the total back, I don't care. You weren't worried about my experience for well over a year. You're only worried about it now because it makes your company look bad. So I left more feedback. Yellow Pages, Yahoo results. Hell, I would have left a review on MySpace if I could have gotten one, or taken out Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns just to show my disgust. So I began to realize that this is the same person each time who is reviewing, commenting, and emailing me, this Spencer Taylor character. So you know what? I decided let's take it to the top. I want to get in contact with the CEO, the owner, whoever. I want to let him know, I want him to listen, this is my experience, this is what's going on in your organization, your ranks, and this is just bogus what's going on here. So after doing some digging, my results end on an individual by the name of Gary Romero II. So not exactly the owner, but head store manager is close enough for me, and that's who I want to talk to. So I printed out and gathered my experience that I've had so far from start to finish, and I mailed it out to him, and in all honesty, I just washed my hands of it, not expecting to hear from anyone again, and just moving on from there. Weeks later, Tuesday, June 5th of this month actually to be exact, I get a notification of a payment from Revive IT for the defective 8200. After that, I received 2 calls the same day from an Arizona number that I didn't get a chance to pick up, with an email following shortly after, and I'm going to read it to you. It actually said the following. Michael, I've received your letter today and I wanted to personally reach out to you about this issue. I did attempt to call you twice today. I hope this reaches you. After reading the letter and the dispute, I completely understand your frustration with the issue. I definitely feel that we should have done a better job of taking care of this for you. I do apologize it has come to this. Thank you for taking the time to inform me about the situation in great detail. I went ahead and sent you a refund for the purchase. The transaction ID is below. Again, thank you for taking the time to let me know about this issue. If there's anything else I can do, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you, Gary Romero II, Store Manager. So that's it. I did it. David beat Goliath. Neo destroys Agent Smith. Aladdin saves the princess. Case in point, just know your battles. Realize that these fights that you take on may be saving people that are going to have these same headaches in the future. Put your money towards organizations that listen to you and take your interest in as well as the needs of their business. It cannot work with just focusing on business needs alone. Every business needs customers, and customers need to be heard, understood, and valued. Remember, the next person that depends on this service could be someone you know, or you know what, even worse, someone you don't. I cannot tell you how many reviews that I've gone through and read, and how many have saved me headache and heartache physically and financially. Maybe if we're lucky, I can tell those listening the time where an ignorant old man at a barbershop cut my hair at a 45-degree angle in the back because, and I quote, didn't want to do a square off and fade in the back because it's stupid. But another day. That's definitely a review story worth mentioning. And also, don't buy any 8200s from Revive or otherwise. Those machines really do suck. Thanks for checking out this episode, and feel free to like, subscribe, and share our content. And until next time, this is Michael Midnight signing off. Thanks again for checking in.